What was something that happened in your school that caused a rule to be made? In the fall, it was always tradition for the seniors to steal as many pumpkins as possible from around town and write their class number in pumpkins on the front lawn of the school. Our grade stole so many pumpkins that local farms and families contacted police, and our school had to officially end the tradition in 2008. In elementary school, when silly bands, those shaped rubber bands you could wear as bracelets, were popular, some kids wore so many up their arms that they had such poor blood circulation in their hands to the point where it was concerning. So, the principal banned silly bands. Rule made teachers to always allow kids to visit the toilet during class. Reason the rule was made: math teacher misunderstands the meaning of urgent. A kid shits his pants mid-lecture. First one I've seen so far where the rule was made due to the stupidity of a teacher rather than a pupil. It seems like all the rules were because teachers were stupid. Over the PA system, our high school principal read the following thought of the day during homeroom: a man is not a man until he kisses the lips that do not speak. After that, they had to be submitted to the secretary and approved. Up until then, you could just submit them by putting them in his in-basket. Our high school always had seniors do the morning announcements live over video. These two seniors always finished with a joke. One day the joke was, what did the vampire say to his girlfriend? See you next month. I believe that happened early on my freshman year. They didn't start allowing students to do announcements for 3 years, and then they were pre-recorded. Took me a second to get the joke. That's pretty good. Girls decided that Friday would be a day to wear weird socks. They all came with colorful socks. The school forbid non-white socks the same day. Really? Seems like such a stupid, innocent thing to ban. People started using Google Hangouts on their laptops. Students chatted with each other and made video calls in classrooms until like 2 days later when the principal announced that using Google Hangouts was banned. I personally don't know why the tech department allowed Google Apps to be on the laptops. If it is like many other schools, these were likely Chromebooks, and by default I would guess that the Google Education package or whatever management system allows all Google Apps by default, and the administration doesn't really know how to handle the administration side of the tech. I studied computer science in college, and the CS department had computer labs that anyone taking any CS class could use. One would think that the system administrators over these labs would know how to fix problems. But there were many times where I would know exactly what the problem was, but unable to get it fixed because they either weren't in their office on time or they couldn't understand that I was telling them exactly how to fix it. Someone once lit a fire in a bathroom stall. The school shut all the bathrooms permanently unless you asked a teacher for permission. The boys complained, but the girls revolted once they realized how their periods would end up. Makes me think of how my middle school only had a 4-minute passing period. In these 4 minutes you had to basically walk straight from one class to the other. You only had time to access your locker if it was on the way or during lunch, and backpacks weren't allowed, so you had to carry all your books and binders in your hands. They expected us in this insanely short amount of time to squeeze in all our bathroom trips, which were always crowded, or you had to get permission from a teacher. Having a regular pee/poop schedule would get you in trouble for going every day at the same time. Middle school was stupid. Same. But 5 minutes and our school was on 5 acres. Some kids would literally run across campus because classes were all over. Forget about stopping at your locker. People started a big fight where they started throwing bottles at each other, so my school banned bottles that contain more than 1 liter of water. Doesn't really stop anyone though. We had a kid put vodka in her water bottle, so we weren't allowed to bring water bottles to school at all. We were, of course, allowed to buy them from the vending machine. See, I just put the vodka in my orange juice. They told us the next student caught climbing on the roof would be expelled. So we cut that out. You cut out the roof. No more roof to walk on then. In middle school, a couple of jerks kept making fun of a girl because a tampon fell out of her backpack. Solution: we were banned from bringing feminine hygiene products to school. You had to go see a teacher to get one. The rule was gone in under a week. Ooh, stay with me. Ban the jerks. Crazy idea, I know. New assembly announcement about the perks of not being jerks. Featuring the overly hyped up trio and their app titled It's Whack to Smack a Nerd. Someone snuck into the bathroom room during class, unscrewed the screws holding one of the toilets in place, and stole it. It reappeared around a week later in the sports field, so they had to pass a rule not to steal toilets. MFS stole the goddamn toilet. Can't have shit in Detroit. Can't have a shit either apparently. I live in the Alps, and it used to snow a lot during winter times. Our school uses gravel, the one with the sharp edges, as road salt. Because of the snow, most of the younger students went out in the breaks to make big snowball fights. But one day somebody didn't pay attention to his snowball and he threw it with a bunch of stones in it at another player. The boy who got hit in the face and lost one eye because of a stone in the snowball. Now we are not allowed to let snowball fights happen anymore. Did anything happen to the kid who threw it? IDK man. I don't think he got punished badly. I think he just got like 1 week of Gemeinschaftsabiet where you just have to clean the classrooms and empty trash cans and scrub the tables, etc. He didn't do it on purpose. It was a bad accident. The phantom shitter. Every day. For some odd reason, someone in my school smeared shit on the floor or on the wall in the basement bathroom. They then made you have to scan an ID card to get into and out of the bathrooms. I still wonder to this day why anyone would do this. If Reddit has taught me anything, is that hundreds if not thousands of schools and workplaces have or have had a phantom shitter. Years ago someone posted a picture on Reddit of what they found in their school bathroom. The toilets were the type where there was no tank, just a pipe leading in with a valve and one of those long 4 or 5 inch handles, the type you could just kick with your foot if you felt like it, since they worked no matter which way you push them. Someone had taken a rather firm, clay-like consistency shit and perfectly inserted the handle into it, like sheathing a sword. The handle was now just a big turd. I don't know why, but I couldn't stop laughing. I got grey sweet pants banned in my private Christian school because I was being immodest and distracting. Edit: I realize it needs to be clarified. I'm male. You must have a huge vulva. Thanks. My class was the one that got all versions of dodgeball banned for everyone. We invented a new version of dodgeball that was a free-for-all in a field. There wasn't even really a way to lose or win. There was one ball and like 30 to 40 kids. Whoever had the ball just pelted the closest person to them as hard as they could, and everyone who didn't have the ball ran in and tried to take it. Inevitably people got hurt, but no one ever reported it because it was fun. Then one day the embodiment of Randall Weems got a bloody nose and the kid ratted out the whole recess group. There was an assembly and dodgeball never happened again. I'm told that it's still banned to this day, some 15 years later. My grade and the grade above us got dodgeball banned at our middle school. Our two classes were really competitive, so dodgeball was our monthly reward when we behaved. One of the guys in the grade above me threw the ball hard enough and in a weird enough way that he broke his arm from throwing the ball. So dodgeball has been banned since that day and is still banned 15 years later. Guy breaks his arm for giving it way too much in a game that really doesn't matter, that ends up getting it banned for everyone else. What sort of twisted reasoning is that? It makes no sense. If it was he there, it's so hard he broke some other kid's arm. That is at least more reasonable. But injuring himself on accident? Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.